Well, joining us now from the newsroom to discuss this further is political analyst Sethakgi Kgomo. Good morning to you and thank you for joining us. First and foremost, are these killings a direct result of the lack of the country's improved quality and independence of police investigations, would you say?
Well, I think the Commission of Inquiry must be able to guide the county in terms of what are the root causes. But let me also quickly say that for any county, the international benchmark is that intelligence is the central task of all the criminal justice systems in order that they can understand what are the things that characterize criminality, including the killings that have occurred. Let me also quickly mention that in terms of intelligence, you need to actually have a balance between 70% proactive and 30% reactive intelligence. That is required because that talks to international benchmark, that you are able to deal with acts that are potentially destabilizing and therefore be able to deal with those and treat and totally eliminate those. On the reactive side, definitely you also deal with something that has happened and you are able therefore also to treat and eliminate the risk factors as well.
Now, Sethakgi, even with the setup of the task team, well, what are the chances that these killings will spiral beyond the election period?
Well, one would like to believe that given the dynamics of South Africa, especially if you look at the lessons we have learned pre-1994, if you look at KwaZulu-Natal itself as a province that was traveled by a near burgerlijke oorlog, civil war in that part of the world, and we would like to, in this regard, thank the President of South Africa, who was then play a pivotal role to ensure that that province actually emerges stronger, and then today we talk of a relatively peaceful province and also, largely speaking, a very peaceful South Africa. We would like to say going forward that the capacity of the political leadership in the country is such that we will be able to deal with any threat to the political stability and the democratization of South Africa to an extent that we will always maintain relative stability.
Now, would you say that the local government elections are a motivation for these killings? Also, are these killings not so much because of the contested positions, but what these positions mean in terms of access to state resources?
Well, any election brings in opportunities for all the people that are aspiring office, a person looking forward to become a mayor, a PR councillor, etc. That is normal. What is not normal is when people then would like to actually then bring about their career aspirations by fomenting violence, by actually forcing their own will, actually then flouting democratic structures and processes that are in place. That is not acceptable. So certainly, that is an opportunity for those people who would like to see themselves enhancing their own careers and enhancing their earning potential as well. That's very natural. What is very, very important, therefore, for the leadership is to ensure that they talk the language of peace, peace, peace.
One last question. Could the motive for these killings be linked to the NFP's disqualification from the elections? You know, seeing that Ward 1 in the Uziwabantu municipality is currently held by the NFP?
The National Freedom Front is a very peaceful party. That is the observation I have. There is no reason whatsoever one can actually link them to any violence of any sort. They are a very peaceful party and they are established on the basis of sound political principles. They would like a political space in South Africa. They would like to actually ensure that they spread their influence beyond KwaZulu-Natal, where they actually developed from. I cannot be able to believe that they could be using the unfortunate opportunity of not being able to participate in the coming elections to foment violence. I don't think so. It is just an unfortunate administrative challenge that they've had, that they find themselves in a situation where they are. They are largely, in my humble opinion, a very peaceful party.